Hello. So while this isn't like my usual videos where I'll show like a crash or a race or something in like either my F121 2022/2023 team career mode or in Forza Horizon 4, I just thought I'd go through every car that I have in Forza Horizon 4. I don't know whether this would do any well or anything in YouTube, but I just thought I'd go through it. So the first car is the Arabath 124 Spider. Has the back wing, has this little thing on the front, and it's just the car that I have. That's first. Also, this goes in alphabetical order, I believe, in company names, and then also in the year that they were released. Just so if anyone was wondering to begin with. Oh yeah. Anyway, next car is the Aerial Nomad. So this is what it has. It's got like these lights on the front and a little tire on the back. Has also got a glass windscreen, which actually kind of confuses me because it looks like it wouldn't. And then also on the front of the car, there are these little things that I put on because a couple of the cars I designed so that they had like a sponsor, which one my video won't be sponsored, just like these just have the sponsors on just so that it looks like a regular car that you'd actually see in races, because in Forza Horizon 4 you have to race. And so there's a H, something like Esparco or something, and a weird green little thing. Next up we have the Aston Martin Vulcan, but this is a special version for Forza Horizon, which is why it's called the Forza Edition. You can say that this car is covered in Red Bull, which is to show that it's supposed to be kind of sponsored by them. And I've got like 4 of these cars, and 2 of them are Aston Martins. As in like 4 cars that are full of these Red Bull stickers. But yeah, we've got a back wing, and a little room at the front. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Also, this is not really structured, it's just me going on like, it's going improvising, just like most of my videos, but yeah. This video is probably going to be very long, so if you're going to watch all of it, thank you. Next up, we have another Aston Martin. The Aston Martin Vantage GT12, I'm pretty sure. Also, the reason it's got GT3 on it is because this is like, I think this is based on like a real racing car. But because I've never actually seen it in like a real race, whenever I see this car, I realise that it's designed like based on, for me, it's based on a Lego Speed Champions set that had this sort of design. But I'm pretty sure it's probably not based on just that, it's based on like a real car that exists. I'm just too dim-witted to actually know what that car is. But yeah. Anyway, next up we have the final of my 3 Aston Martins, which is this one, which is the V12 Vantage S, I'm pretty sure. And as you can see, this is another one that's covered in Red Bull. And yeah, that's about it. Now we're on to our first Audi car, which is the S1 here. And as you can see, this is another Red Bull one. But this is when I actually designed it to look like the Red Bull, after I had it as the Red Bull, that's when I actually decided to make this have like a back wing, room at the front, and all sorts of other extras in it, just so that it would like actually be a sports car that I could actually race in a race. So yeah, that's a cool thing. Because I painted it the way that I did, I ended up changing the way that it was going to be used. Because it was originally just going to be a car that I would just drive around the roads on and then change to like a sports car when I managed to rate a race, but because of the design that I chose, that got changed. Next up is another Audi, the TTS Coupe. And while most cars that I give a special design to get like sponsors or something, this car doesn't really have a sponsor. It's just got these special lines on the side that I designed. You can see how it goes from dark grey, light grey, dark grey. The light grey is something that I just added after I'd finished painting the car. So yeah. This one is just a car that I just drive around the roads on though. it's not really one that I will race in ever. Next up is my Audi R8 V Plus Quattro something. Yeah, it's just like it's a regular Audi but specialized. And so yeah, it's like a coupe plus V8 something Quattro. It's just a bunch of words and I can't memorize them all. But I just designed it as like a special funny car that I had, because it's like got a roof box on the top, a back ring spoiler. Also, it's actually being painted, so it has these two lines on the top. But yeah, it's just like a fun car that I had, because I was given it as a prize by doing a race, and so I just made a fun car out of it because I didn't have to buy it in the game. Next up is the Audi R8S Sportback, I believe it's called. But it's just supposed to be like a regular car that I can drive on the roads as a family car, even if you can't have a family in this game. And it's just supposed to be funny, as it's bright green, so it just stands out all the way. Next up, we have my last Audi, which is the RS6, which is also my most recent car at the time of this video's recording, because in the most recent race that I did, I just won the car. So yeah, that's pretty cool, but nothing really has been done to it yet. On to our next car company, which also is the first car company to have to start with a B, which is the BAC, and this is mono, so I believe it's pronounced BAC anyway, so this is the BAC mono. It's got a couple of sponsors on the top, and you can see a bunch of them there. Like, you can see, like, obviously none of these are actually sponsoring the video, but we've got like a bunch there, and that's about it. But it's just like supposed to be a car that I can actually drive a race in that's fully sponsored for once, as it's designed as a car that I have sponsored. Next up, we have the first Bentley, which is the Bentley Bentayga. And while it isn't fully sponsored, it does have a few sponsors. Also, the back thing there, the back wing, is slightly coloured differently for a specific reason. They've got some special lights, a little thing at the front. And then we have the sponsor for the Horizon Festival, which is like the thing that's going on in the entire game. But it's not really supposed to be a sponsored car, it's just supposed to be like an off-road vehicle designed like it is. It's got wheel rims, it's got lights, and it's got a front guard, with also tow cables. Next up is the second Bentley that I have, which is the Bentley Continental GT Speed, which, as its name is Speed, I designed to be like another sponsored vehicle. So we've got like thing on the front, thing on the bonnet, things on the side, thing on the back, and then the same on the sides, and then on the top. And remember, none of these are sponsoring me, but some of them also I don't think exist, and some of... it's just too complicated, but also this Bentley isn't like the Bentley Continental GT Speed normal, because it's also the Forza edition as well. Anyway, next up we have... This is the BMW M4 GTS, I believe, and it's just designed like as a safety car vehicle. Not really much more, but it is something I would drive on like a racing track. It's just supposed to be like a funny design. It has like these cool blue stripes running through it, and I think it has like a matte finish. Can't really tell, but I think it is. Anyway, that's all. So the next BMW is the first of 3 of my BMW i8s. This one is the one that I've had the longest, and it's also the one that I've designed the most. It has like a pink front, little thing on the top, which is like camouflage design, which is kind of cool, kind of fits in. We've got a blue and side back with the pink as well, and that's about it. And I just want to rush through my 3 i8s, because 2 of them I just got through wheel spins for rewards, and they slightly annoy me that I have so many. But there is another car that I also have 3 of as well. If you want to know what the other car that I have 3 of is, you'll just have to keep watching and you'll eventually find out. But yep, this is my second one. This one was given to me as a gift just to buy the game, I'm pretty sure. Earth Day 2022. I've never noticed that before. Anyway, the last i8 looks like this. It's just white with a blue top and black stripe through it. That's literally about it. Anyway, next up we have the BMW 1 Series M Coupe. It's just like a bright blue car, and that's literally it. It's just another one of those cars that's just designed as a street car for me to just drive around on. Next up we have the X5M. And it's designed as a police car because I just thought I have a funny joke. And so we just have a fake police car right here. That's literally all I can really say about it. So next up we have the 2009 M5, which I don't really have much to say about. It's just another one of these cars that I got from Wheelspin, so it's now just gonna be just a car that I drive around on roads with. It is followed almost immediately by the 2003 M5, which you can see I've actually done stuff to, because I've put like trash written in like graffiti paint design just on it in places. It's just supposed to be like a funny joke. Which, if you're wondering whether I can't spell because that looks like it says like ash or something, I don't know. It's just something that I made up. It's just supposed to be like graffiti, and it's supposed to represent the fact that some people can't actually write. It's just supposed to be like a funny joke. It doesn't really matter. It's just something I did because immediately the first thing I did with it was accidentally throw it off a cliff. And so it couldn't drive for the rest of that day that I was driving it with. So yeah, we have trash the 2003 M5. Next up we have my Chevy Corvettes. This one is the V8 Corvette Stingray, which has like this, in my opinion, this design is like really cool. But you're welcome to disagree. If you want to actually make me have some comments, that's okay. Also, by the time this is recording, I have started my YouTube channel, but there isn't any comments on any of my videos. There's like one on a couple, but that's it. So that's why I like to have like people commenting, and that's why I said that. Anyway, this design to me looks really cool, but if you disagree, you're welcome to say so in the comments. Next up is the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1, or ZL1 if you're American or something. But it's the Camaro ZL1. So yeah, it's got like a little thing on the front to let out the air. It's got a little back wing, and it's got this little thing on the front, which is a tow hook. Anyway, that's about it for this car. So next up is my Chevrolet Corvette Z06, and just like with the Stingray, I really love this design that it has on it. But again, you're welcome to disagree in the comments. But with my Corvettes, there's not really much that I have to say with them, or my Chevrolets really, because they're all, to me, Corvettes all look about the same unless they have a different paint. But they're all just really cool in my opinion. Now we have the section where I feel like all of my Corvettes just look the exact, Chevrolets even look almost the exact same. We start with because all of these are from 1969 or before, because this is the oldest of those, the youngest of those, with the 1969 Chevrolet Nova Supersport 396. But to me, all of them look the same apart from their paint, so yeah. We have this one. Next up, we have the Chevrolet Camaro Supersport Coupe, or Coupe, I don't know what it's called actually. And we have this firework design. And this is one of the few designs that I have on cars that I don't really like. But I can't really see the point of moving it. There's a hot rod engine on the front, which I just think makes it look cool. Next up, we have the regular Nova Supersport, which I just think looks just kind of cool. It's just got this cool flame design on the front, which has purple flames, which also kind of look blue in some lights. And that's about it. Next up, we have the Impaler Supersport 409. Also, if you're wondering why I'm seemingly going quite fast through all of these Chevrolets, it's just because I want to get through them so we don't have to look at these slightly older cars. Because while older cars do have a certain thing about them that can look nice, it's not really for me. And also this one has like a hot rod engine on the front, and that's about it. Also, it also has these nice orange lines as well, which I think is cool. We are now on the final 3 Chevrolets that I have in my collection. This was the second one that I ever got, which was the 1961. The one that was released in 1960. Not 1961. Anyway, I designed it so that it looked like one from a movie I'd watched, and that's about it. And now we have the last 2 of my Chevrolet Corvettes, which are the last 2 Chevrolets that I have in my collection, which are basically identical. They're both just 1953 Chevrolet Corvettes. Here's the other one. I think one of them's cream and the other one's white, but it's so minute that I can't even really tell on my own. Sorry if I skipped over your favourite Corvette if I went very fast over your favourite Corvette in the Chevrolet section. But now we're on to the Dodge section with the Dodge SRT, which to me is just like a van, and that's all I really have to say about it. I didn't have this nice colour to me, it's quite nice, and then we've got this little thing on the front. There's not really much I can really say. I don't really know much about cars. I used to have like a lot of manuals for almost every car in existence, but I recently just destroyed those. So yeah. Next up we have my 2 Dodge Viper ACR, I believe they're pronounced. I can't remember exactly, but this is my first one, which unless you don't really know much about children's cartoons or whatever, films or whatever, you can pretty much tell that this is based on a character from the Cars universe called Lightning McQueen. I know that I'm pretty sure he's not supposed to be like a Dodge Viper, but it's just something that I found and just put on this car. So yeah. My other Viper ACR is almost as designed as the other one, but I just don't have much of an attachment to this one just because it wasn't the first one that I got. It's like my most recent Dodge. And I got it in Wheelspin, whereas the other one I actually paid for with my own credits that I'd earned in the game. So yeah. Anyway, next up we have is this, which is my first Ferrari that I'm going to show in this video, which is the Ferrari 488 GTV, I'm pretty sure. You can see that it's covered in these little logos and stuff, and that's because most of my Ferraris, I think it's 3 out of my 4, are designed to just be sponsored race cars that are just really cool. And so yeah, this was the second Ferrari that I ever bought in the game, and I just really quite like it. However, it's not my first Ferrari, because my first Ferrari was also my first legendary considered car in the game, and also my most expensive car I've ever purchased with my own credits. I think I've got a car that's more expensive than it, but that car I didn't purchase with my own credits in the game, whereas this next car that I'm going to show you, I did purchase with my own credits. That car is my Ferrari LaFerrari from 2013. I'm pretty sure it cost 1,200,000, but it might have been 1,700,000. It's the only car I've ever purchased for that much with my own credits, and it is a car that I absolutely love. I'm pretty sure it's possibly my favourite in my entire garage, but I haven't decided on that because there are other contenders too. But yeah, this is the car, and as you can see, it's also quite sponsored as well, because, well, I'll have my sponsored cars being most of my Ferraris. I think the last one is the only car that I have of my Ferraris that isn't sponsored though. We are now on to my third of my 4 Ferraris, and I've just realised that this one isn't actually sponsored. I thought I had sponsored it, but it isn't. It's just got like an Italian flag through the entire centre of the entire car, which is a bit sad. It's not even really an Italian flag, but it's just what I like to picture it as. But this is the Ferrari Fortuna, I believe it's pronounced. Tell me if I've mispronounced it in the comments. But yeah, this is what the car is. I thought it was sponsored, but it's not. But the next car is the only car that I've been talking about that isn't actually designed as a racing car. And it is the Ferrari FF. I'm pretty sure it's a slightly darker tone of red than the others, but as you can see, it's the only one that didn't have a back wing, the only one that didn't have a front rim thing, and also the only one that hasn't got any other colour other than its main colours on its body. And that's because it's just designed as like a posh car that you could see just being as a family car, even if it isn't really a family car. Anyway, we have now exited the Ferraris, and we are finally going on to the only other car that I have 3 of. That car, or those cars, are my 3 Ford Focus RSs. Or RSI? Whenever there's a word that ends in S, a lot of people don't think. Anyway, this was the first car that I ever got in the game, which is closely followed by another Ford car that we'll get to when we get to. But yeah, this is the first of the 3, and I'm pretty sure this is an exclusive colour in Ford, where you can only get it on a Ford RS. In this game, it's obviously not exclusive just to Ford RSs, it's also you can get it just from a colour blender, but in real car, I'm pretty sure this is the exclusive colour, which is why I chose it as my first car's colour. Next up is the 3rd car that I ever got in my collection, which is another Ford Focus RS. It's silver, and this one I was given as a reward for completing like my first race, because second. I collected my first car, then I had to use a different car that I would then get given immediately, and then that race which I did with the second car was what gave me this car through a wheel spin. So yeah, immediately after I've started the game, I already have 2 RSs, and I haven't changed either of their colours. These are the colours that they originally came in, and I'm just happy to have them in their original colours. My 3rd RS is my definitely least favourite, as I got it as a gift from the game, and while that is good, they all came with special colours, and I did not like the special colours, so I had to change it to being a solid colour, and it just doesn't feel the same having a 3rd one when I already had 2. So yeah, that's why this car has just got a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. Next up is my Ford F50 Raptor, which is to me just like a cool little big car. Also, it has like a wheel in the back, which I placed in there because it was this thing that I could add on, and I just added it on so it had a wheel in the back. And that's about it. Anyway, next up we have a Ford Transit Supervan. I don't really want to keep on this one for very long, because the reason it's got this Christmas theming is because it was given to me as a gift from the game, and I just didn't really want it, but I had to clear out my gift space, so I now have it. Anyway, I don't want to see this for much longer, so yep, I'm just going to end the segment here. Next up is my 2nd car in the game. At least I think there's 2 Fords that were possibly the 2nd car that I could have got in my game, and I can't remember which one it was. I think it was this one, the Ford Escort Cosworth. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it might have been the other one. So anyway, this is the Escort Cosworth, which is just like a regular car. But this I painted so that it looked like my father's car, which he had when it as his first car, because apparently that one got just completely destroyed by a semi-truck. But wait, not a semi. I don't know what to call it. Like, I'm feeling. Why am I thinking American terms? I'm English. By a car transporter lorry? I don't really know. It's basically just like one of those cars that had an oil log in the back, like those lorries like that. I'm not really describing it very well, but I just painted it in the red colour so that it looked like that specific car. Anyway, the other car that could have been my 2nd car in the game, which I still can't remember, is the RS200 Evolution. And as you can see, this one's one of those cars that I actually put some sponsors on, but they're only on the back and on the front. I didn't really want to put too many sponsors on. But also, because we've had to go to this car immediately after the Escort, we skipped two of the cars in my collection. Or maybe it might actually mean one, but I'll just go back to them. The car is the Escort RS Turbo. And it's something I designed because I have I think I designed this blue stripe to be on the side. I can't actually remember anymore. But also, sorry about going into that weird rant about a car hitting my father, a lorry hitting my father's first ever car. When I was talking about the Escort Cosworth. It probably shouldn't happen again, but it was just something that I had on my mind and I just wanted to let it out. Anyway, the next car is the Ford Falcon XAGTHO. But I'm just going to call it the Ford Falcon. But to me, I designed it just so it looked like one of those old-fashioned Dodge Chargers with the purple color and then the black down the center. And then, so yeah, that's literally, so I used a Ford to make a Dodge. That's literally the only reason I have this car. Next up we have my last car, and also I'm pretty sure is the oldest car in my collection, which is this Ford, which I don't want to try and pronounce the name of, because it's Ford X2 Extreme something. It's just an old car, and for some reason it has a more extravagant name than I thought. I always thought this was a Ford T series, I believe. Anyway, I don't know. But this is the car, and that's about it. Next up we have my Formula Drift cars, which I don't really have much to say about. They're just regular cars with a bunch of logos and special souped up parts. So I'll just quickly flash through them. Here's the next one. Here we have the next car. Sorry that these are going so fast, I just don't really like them. Here's the next one. Sorry these go by so fast, I just got them as a free add-on, and I still don't really want to have them in my account, they're just there. And so I have to deal with them. Anyway, here's the next one. Now we have the next one. And while the car that it's taking the part of isn't my favourite, this one actually has something that I quite like. This cool engine thing in the front. But that's just something that's very minor. But still, it does mean that this one's probably my favourite of these Formula Drift cars. Now we have the last of the Formula Drift cars. And so yeah, now we'll go on to more actual cars. And now we have an actual car. The GMC Vandora 1500. And this is the car. You can see that it's designed after the show Scooby-Doo's main vehicle, and that's about it. Hopefully this is longer than the Formula Drift sections, but still, I think this car looks cool. I've just realised this might have to be into two parts that I will release over 2, maybe even 3 separate weeks. So, sorry about that, but I'll probably stop this part when I reach the Hondas. We're on to the final 4 cars now with the Holden HQ Montenero. Also, by final 4, I don't mean that there's 4 cars left in my car garage. It means that there's 4 left until we reach the Hondas when we have to split this video into 4 sections about the car, into 2, 3, 4 sections about the cars. Anyway, here's the Holden. I designed it so it had a massive black stripe down the middle, and also it's got this little hot rod engine, though it's not exactly a hot rod engine. Anyway, next car is the 3 Hondas. The first up for the Hondas is my Honda Civic Type R, which looks like this. It's another one of those fully decked out racing cars with a bunch of sponsors, and it's just quite cool. So yeah, there we go. Next up we have the Honda S2000 Type R, I'm pretty sure it's called. And yeah, this is what it looks like. It's got this cool little paint job on it, and that's about it. It's quite cool, and there we go. And lastly for this video, we have the CRX SIR. This is the last car that I'm going to be showing in this video, and at least it's one of the cool ones, because this one's one of the sponsored ones. So Thank you for watching all of this way into the video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe, and then I'll see you in part 2. So that's the first time I've ever done one of those outros, so hopefully I did it well. Thank you, and goodbye.